Perfect.
Yes. What's up, everybody? East versus West qualifier recap. Let's let this build up. I'm gonna shoot the link to a few people, Chance.
Yep.
Get these. I also said that I was gonna post the link. I want a lot of people on the show if we can. Towards the end of the show or as it goes on, I want a ton of people to build in here. It would be cool if anybody that wanted to hop on. Should I post it on the personal page or the FAL page?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Sure. What up?
What's up, man?
Yeah, keep it going for a minute. Let that chat
Up,
build.
Trent?
I'm gonna do this
What's up, buddy?
Just
How you feel about that event, Trent?
I will say, in my opinion, it's probably the best ran and coolest event I've ever been to by far. Dude, the boxing ring was completely awesome.
You've been to some big events.
I've been to some big ass events, yeah.
You've been to some big events. You show off this new merch we got. This is just our.
Yeah, sorry, mine's still in the washer, so.
That's all right. Man, that means a lot. Thank you very much.
I am ripping my new cup, though.
Let me see. You got one of them cups?
Yeah, I bought one. You can't really see
I
it.
like those. I wanted one, but there was only a couple of them.
Yeah, I got me one.
Yeah, that was Dan heading that up. He got everybody a bunch of the tumblers. Is that what they're called? Tumblers?
Yep.
Yeah, they're super dope.
yeah, I wanted to keep one, but he said, no, sir. We don't have enough to keep them. So now I gotta go have the guy make some more and I can buy one.
You better buy one before we bring it to the next event, because them things sold out quick.
Yeah, they did.
I didn't realize a lot of people like stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, I do, but I didn't realize that much. There's a lot of cool things like that. That's a cool thing. When there's something you're really dope about, you want your its logo on every. It's like a teenage kid liking a certain band, right?
Yeah.
We got to have bumper stickers, shit like that. All right, anybody watching, I am posting the link. You can hop on here.
Yeah, I told John Hutchinson to hop on today. I was talking to him. To make sure I'm sure he'll see the link.
I'm just updating our page a little bit.
Sure. Love it. Love it.
Throwing on the thumbnail too. Sorry, Trent, I don't have the new thumbnail in yet. I'll get it in
okay.
soon and you'll be on there. Don't worry.
It's good. It's good, bro.
Nah, man, my man is
Everybody
ready to
knows
chat.
who I
Look,
am.
man, that handsome, he's got to be on the thumbnail. Take me off. Just make it Chance and Trent. Well, at least then maybe some ladies will start watching this show.
We'll get overran by the
We'll see
ladies.
that too, and I'll
I know,
actually
that's
stand
what I'm
right here.
saying. This show is predominantly men.
It's because you're here, Brandon.
They all want to be me. All right, I'm gonna post it on the FAL page too. See if anyone wants to join. We'll get a couple people in here, but let's start off with just how it started off. Trent, you were kind of there from the beginning. I would love to see someone join on here and kind of tell us what the opening experience is, because they don't call it a first impression for nothing. A first impression it's exactly that. You get one chance at it, right? If you meet some chick and she's busted looking that day, you kind of always think she's busted.
Yeah.
So, Chris Rusakis told me something that made me feel real good at the first one, that his guys, when they came to the tournament, they ran back outside and got him and said, dude, you got to see this. And I was like, that I was proud as hell of that. So, I hope that I'd love to hear from some of the people on there that showed up and hear kind of what their first experience is. I'm sure John he wasn't quite there setting up. When did you get there, Trent?
John got there, I think, like earlier that Saturday morning. So he didn't see, like Ashton and I, we got there Friday night while y'all were somewhat still. I mean, y'all had most of it done, but still setting up. But I mean, I got a lot of cool feedback from a lot of people. Some of how cool it was, and a lot of them first time guys, they thought it was awesome. They were in the middle of the boxing ring, and what they don't understand is they didn't see where Florida arm wrestling really started. Like, even I didn't see the very beginning, but even the 3.5 years that I've been, me, you, and Chance, we kind of started out in the bars with just showing up in t-shirts and jeans and whatever shoes you wanted to wear and just done it.
That's gonna sound so archaic now when you tell that to a new guy. I used to arm wrestle out in bars with blue jeans and tank tops.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I met you, you were in some gym shorts, cut off UAL shirt, your hat backwards, just that's just how we all showed up. It wasn't just showing up at a local bar or pool hall and just arm wrestling.
That's it. I was about 3 times as handsome back then.
Like, I mean, we looked like the UFC up there last weekend, this past Saturday, arm wrestling in the middle of the boxing ring with the banner in the back and the live feeds. And I gotta give a shout out to Dylan and Chance and Rob. They did an awesome job commentating and keeping everything going. And I went back and watched some of it today, and it was awesome.
Let's introduce some people real quick to our new referee, Billy Mills. This guy's never refereed for the FAL, showed up, took the test, passed the test, and became an FAL referee. This was not a guy that we had ever used or was kind of in our pool of guys we called upon. I just recently met him. He hopped on the live a few times, I think, with us before. But everybody welcome Billy Mills. This guy, one of the new FAL refs.
Billy, congratulations, buddy. Happy to have you.
Thanks, man. I had a blast.
You really did kill it, man.
So, Billy, was that your first time refereeing?
First time refereeing, first time being in a tournament, first time being at a table.
What did you think of the tournament?
That was your first time being at a tournament?
Yeah, man.
My man, you aced it. Hey, I'll tell you too, because I was kind of critical of you when I seen him. Like, I don't really know the guy, and we're just letting him go with it. Let's watch him. And that's normal, but you were solid. You were solid. I'll give it to you. You stopped one match that I would not have stopped, but in all fairness, I would not have stopped any match all day. That's just how I don't stop matches. So that says nothing.
Why Brandon's not the referee.
Oh, I would have failed that test if I took it. But yeah, congrats, dude. That's your first tournament. You show up and you're one of the FAL refs now. How'd you do in the tournament?
Oh, I got my butt tore up, man.
Okay. Did you get any wins?
Hey, I did too, but don't worry.
I got my first win. I beat the guy who finished second, and then I lost to the guy who finished first. And then the third, man, I just got I got a lot to learn about technique. I mean, I got to learn to use leverage and height and all that stuff. So
who do you train with?
I don't. I just started, man. I've got a table here at the house, and my buddy Nick's been over one time. We started messing around, and so I'm gonna start hitting up some of these guys and start training with them.
Yeah, you have to start training with a team. It's not possible for you to get good at your house.
Oh no, for sure. What's that?
I can tell you, doing stuff by yourself at a house does not work.
What area do you live in?
I'm about a half hour north of Palatka, so I'm in Green Cove Springs. So,
man, that's where Trent. There's 3 teams in Palatka.
Yeah, and I got Chuck, who trains probably 15 minutes from me, and then I think Austin's guys, they're about 40 minutes away.
Yeah, then you got I train with Austin some, and then you got Daniel Worley that's right in St. Augustine. If you're in Green Cove, he's probably 35, 40 minutes from you roughly. Go across Shands Bridge and hit 16 and go right on up. So
I work in St. Augustine, so I'm there every day.
Okay, yeah, he's over there by the airport. You know where the airport's at?
Okay, yeah, I'm not far from there at all.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna be every other Saturday. I'll get you the schedule if you ever want to hit one up. We normally do every other. Friday at about 6:30. And I'll let you know. I'll get with you and let you know what it is. Add me on Facebook or whatever. Send me a message. I'll send you my number and we can get together.
Sweet.
Give some more shout out for I just want to give you guys some recognition before we get super deep into this, 20 people talking. Trent, You absolutely killed it. Trent's another guy. He passed the test and refed. I knew he would. He ended up using head referees, Luke Polsher, Tim Talmadge. They were both I'm not sure. I think they're world refs or something. I don't know their accolades. I would shortchange them if I tried to tell you. But going forward, Trent will be one of the head refs that we roll with. And he killed it at this event. He took the time to study it, passed. Not everybody studied. That's the thing, man. We had about 12 people take it. I believe 5 or 6 passed, which was expected. These guys are going to go on to be the refs. So that seminar might be held again. We're going to try to do it one more time halfway through the year, see if we can get our junior level guys to a senior level and maybe get some new guys that didn't pass back to junior level or senior, whatever. But yes, a lot of props to you, Trent. You're always there. You're early. You set up the stuff. You killed it. Your girl Ashley killed it. She worked the booth doing the wristbands all day. She was basically bouncing, telling people not to jump the chain. If you did, you had a problem.
Yeah, one thing about her, she's not scared to say something to somebody. That's for sure.
Yeah, especially.
I told her if she have any issues to come get me, you or Chance, and we'd handle it. But she done really good handling on her own.
Robert Kelly, R. Kelly over there, Red Lightning. Everything you seen on the stream, everything anybody's seen on this stream had nothing to do with me. I want you to know that. I didn't do any of that. I could barely get this phone to work. Robert made everything work, man. He had me with microphone. I could walk around with headsets. We were interviewing people. I mean, I'm sure everything you guys seen, he does that, and he's for hire. This guy will do it for you. So he's you need to go ahead and pay him twice what he tells you, because that's what he's worth. He's worth 4 times that. He's not a greedy guy, and he needs to be. But you need to book any available weekend he has, because he'll turn your little barnyard event into something serious, and you'll be able to get a lot more sponsors. So Red Lightning is legit. He comes with Elton. Is Elton is his name, right? Elton's a beast. He arm wrestled. He helped out. He killed it. And then props to Chance too. Chance was over here, absolutely killed it. Everything we needed, helping running the show, from setup to all the promotion. Do not doubt that a lot of the growth you guys see from this and the professionalism is because Chance is on board. This looks a little different than King of Florida used to, and that's because it's a 2-man operation now. So
thanks, Brandon. But hey, you got to give yourself some credit as well, because nobody can work a crowd like you can. That was probably the most entertaining event I have ever been to as far as the crowd interaction. You had the crowd screaming all day long, getting excited. You killed it. So
yeah, don't you worry. I've been giving myself credit for 2.5 days.
Yeah, I gotta say it was a good idea, doing like the free merch and having the crowd, loudest person that can yell and throwing out.
Hey, how hype was that? We threw $500 merch out into the crowd.
Yeah,
we were launching it. I hit some lady in the head. The strap. See that?
That don't surprise me at all.
I'm getting sued now.
It was on purpose.
Her lawyer messaged me.
Probably.
I threw a strap out to someone. Some guy couldn't catch. Apparently, never played baseball. And this poor woman behind him took a strap to the dome. I'm a bad person for that.
Yeah, I give a huge shout out to Robert. He did great. Red Lightning over here doing all his arm wrestling workouts. That live feed was definitely top notch.
We had a couple other people helping out. We had Daniel Worley jumped on. He was reffing.
Yeah, he got certified as a junior ref as well.
Yeah, he did. I was impressed with that. I wasn't sure if when he kind of messaged for the RSVP if he was serious. And you had to be there at 8 a.m., dude, to be in the middle of Brooksville, Florida from Jacksonville at 8 a.m. He probably left at 4 o'clock.
No, he stayed the night, but he had to stay an hour away. He drove down for the night. He couldn't find a room. He stayed an hour away.
And don't be fooled too. They're doing the same seminar that what's that guy? Boom. Sean Hancock.
Yeah.
He's doing the same seminar and he's charging $40. we could have probably recouped our costs and charged 40, but the thing was really just to get, to raise the caliber of refereeing in Florida. If let's say there's a St. Jude's Church charity tournament that isn't FAL and is happening at the hospital, and you guys want to run it, right? And this happens, it actually now has certified refs. So it just improves across the board. So it was killer that we got 5. We need 10, we need 15, but we now got 5. You know how many we had before? We had 0. Yeah. So, and that's what everyone criticizes us on is our refereeing. Dude, so top notch.
Well, see, my biggest thing was I was so stressed out passing because I know Chances is a certified senior ref, but y'all two got so much going on. I didn't want that to be another burden on y'all to have to worry about, having a certified ref up there. So you can ask Ashton. It was probably 5 or 6 nights I came home and just laid in the bed and just read the rules because, a lot of people want, now that we promised everybody certified refs, Chance can't be the only certified ref to show up. And then, everybody like, oh, y'all said y'all have 5. Now we have 1.
Oh, I forgot Chance. You got certified.
Chance is certified senior.
Yep. USAF
Hold on,
senior.
no. Hold on. Whoa. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I think and I forgot.
I'm the only senior certified referee in Florida right now. But
okay, so no. So we have 1 senior certified ref now.
Yep.
And 5 juniors.
Yep.
Okay, now I just think that's important to know. So our goal, we need to get to this. This needs to be the next thing. 5 seniors, 10 juniors. That's what I think that is where we have plenty of head refs, plenty of down right,
Yeah.
So 6 months from now, we run another seminar.
I definitely learned a lot from Luke and Tim, and Tim even let me jump in there and do some head repping and kind of guided me through it and kind of showed me things. He told me he feels confident that as long as I get some time in, which we got 11 or 10 more tournaments so far, and he feels like I could be a senior very soon. So I'm just gonna keep at it, keep studying the rules, and keep doing my thing and learning as I go. And if 10 comes down some more for some tournaments, I'll dine ref for him and keep learning from him or Luke, whoever shows up, and do my best to be a senior as fast as I can.
I love it, dude. Listen, you guys refed, and you guys always ref pretty good. And I actually, I personally hate strict rules. I like fouling and all the craziness.
No, you like no fouling.
I like arm wrestling to look like a destruction derby, just crash it, fuck the rules. But that was the cleanest reffing I've ever seen. It was good. The worst thing I heard was like a couple of the novice guys. They weren't too fond of the fact that we started in a ref grip, and they actually didn't mind that. They just, I guess, felt like, because in the past they loved that we start in a ref grip. It just is smooth, but I guess maybe they were having to start a little bit dumped, and they weren't used to that. Some of the guys. But again, I think I'm actually a firm believer, and I'm going to stand behind this, and I don't think we change it. I want the refs or the amateurs starting in a ref grip. I don't believe a guy that's never arm wrestled should go up there and fight for a grip. He doesn't know what a good grip is, what a fair grip is. He's never been shown a fair grip. So what we will do is show him a fair grip.
Yeah, and that was, I think the biggest thing is, and I'm bad about it too, even though we have been doing ref grips with the amateurs, if they want to be on each other's knuckle a little bit, or if they want to be a little bit, carved in, with them being amateurs, we've kind of been letting it slide. Well, when it comes to Luke and Tim, it's completely 100% strict. So, them being new guys, only pulled a few tournaments that, even myself included has been reffing. They've never had setups like this before. I mean, even, I've been in ref grips 100 times, and there was things they were doing to us that I've never had done to me before, and I've been all over the country arm wrestling.
Listen, man,
I learned some new things too.
This event, it was out of control. We streamed it on our page and on Chances. Chances had at some point like 250 viewers. That's that one moment, it's 5,000 views during the whole 8-10 hours. But we had another 50 people watching live on ours. That was probably the best stream I've ever seen.
Do you want some of that?
It was so aesthetic looking at it. It looked like you were on. I mean, I've watched some tournaments on ESPN. If you've ever seen some of the older ones, not necessarily WAL, but there was like older tournaments you'd see on there. Or even events on ESPN that don't look that good. that was so pleasing on the eye. I see us doing a pay-per-view, and we're in talks about it. Possibly doing it as soon as May, something like that. It kind of depends what sort of budget we're able to inject into it. More money makes it faster, but ultimately it would be cool, start having some big matches like Richard Lubke and Chance Shaw, Carl Stanley and Pavlo. It just something like, these would be cool matches. Get John Brzenk down here to take on the world, right? If he beats 200 people, he gets $2,000, and we just go at him for 2 hours, something crazy. So there's 1,000 different, setups like that. But I would love to see us doing some Monster Factory level pay-per-view even. Dude, we are not far from the aesthetic. Why? I'm not saying the exposure, bro. We don't have Devin. We don't have Chance Shaw. We don't have Zurab. All right, we got Chance Shaw. But aesthetically, we are close to East versus West. If I only had to do 10 super matches and with this same setup, I could make it look just like East versus West. If you watched East versus West tournament run, our live looks very comparable. And I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying we aren't very far off of being able to put on that type of look aesthetically. We don't have the caliber of arm wrestlers, and we're not a super match format. But from just the way it looked, dude, Robert Kelly cutting shots. If we get to the point where he can roll back replay, we can, in a few things like that. Look at this guy. The FAL treasurer is joining the chat. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Brandon, you got to think about though. We're one tournament in, and from what I'm seeing, FAL ain't going nowhere. So, we got plenty of years ahead of us to bring on big matches, and maybe 1 year, instead of doing 11 tournaments, we can do 5 or 6 and have a couple super match series. There's so many things we're gonna be able to do in the years to come. We got.
Hey, let me. I agree with you. Let me read off a couple chats just so we can get these out of here. A couple people asking a few things, or saying a few things. Garage Grinder. Oh, you're on here. John said it was fire. Austin Wade said the reffing was absolutely on point. Billy Mills did a great job. Pops Newman said he planned to come get certified, but wrestling season didn't make it happen. Pops, I'll certify you under the Brandon Morris no rules certification, which basically means you are a terrible ref if you get that certification. So it's up to you if you want that. Ralph Smith said the ref's grip was great. It did seem different than the last event. I felt like they had us use super strict. I fouled like crazy. They called intentional slips on me every time, so I couldn't slip. Yeah, I want to talk about that real quick. Couple things that happened that maybe overlooked, maybe my fault, may just be something we improve. Luke is a WAF ref. So WAF is going to be just like you see on that Worlds. It's very strict, just like Igor does. Lots and lots of fouls. You can have a 6-round super match and nobody pins nobody. It's just that tight. We don't necessarily do that in Florida. The other thing they were doing, and we are calling fouls now. This is not calling fouls, but we are not looking for little micro fouls where we're laying sideways to look under the elbow. And not that they were doing that, but maybe that's what they do at Worlds. So we down here, we like a little bit more of a warp, but we are going to keep it strict to a degree now, a lot stricter. Let's say that. Our rules, the FAL rules, are a little bit different than WAF rules. So I believe that despite us mentioning it a bit, Luke in his instinct kind of goes to a WAF rule set, when it's just firing off. So our rules for the FAL, I want to clarify, and this is how they will be moving forward. All slips will go to the straps. All slips go to the straps. And the referee grip will start the same, but we probably won't, they were saying it was starting a little bit more dumped. What was the other rule change that we had discussed, Chance?
Yeah, the other rule change that we discussed is you're responsible for your own elbow.
Yes, this Tim Bresnan situation where you're getting shoved off the back. So I'm going to tell you this, and this is what I believe. If me and you are boxing and I punch you so hard that you fly out of the ring, you do not call me a loss on me. It's your job to stay in this ring, right? If we're sumo wrestling and I pull you out or, and I shove you out, that's because you lost, If we're wrestling and you won't stay in bounds, guess who that's a foul on? Guess who that's a point, that, and I don't know, but it's against you. So in no world do you get to go to the back of the pad and I suddenly don't get to arm wrestle in a certain angle. The only way I don't get to arm wrestle in a certain angle is because you're so strong you blocked me from that angle. So if I'm strong enough to shove you off the back of the pad, you should have either not been so far off the back or should have been sinking your elbow down much harder. Because I know that if I float my elbow off the back and there's movement, I'm going to fly off the back. So I try to stay away from the back. And then the other thing is it begins to get subjective at that point. And we want as little bit of refereeing to be subjective as possible. We wanted to be clear as day. Hey, he broke the pin line. That's why it's a pin. We don't want it to be like, well, it looked to me like he moved, who's to say he didn't pull his elbow off or that, so it's your job to protect yourself at all time, as Mills Lane would say, and to stay on the pad. You got 2 jobs when you come to this table. That's it. Keep your hand on the peg and your elbow on the pad. In no world does someone else become responsible for you not having your elbow on the pad at FAL. That they should be noted. Moving forward, I did see you guys say that y'all were getting called for intentional slip. There is no intentional slip at the FAL. I personally believe that slipping at any time, the intentional foul there's no intentional foul here either. If you foul out of your match, that is your right. You were given 2 fouls for a reason. You get to exploit that. That's why we don't have a 1 foul system. So when you intentional foul, it's not a loss to intentional foul that, and it adds a depth of chess to the gameplay, right? Now the guy, suddenly like Chance did with Devitt, right? Or was it Devitt?
Yeah.
He elbow fouls out, right? Everyone's like, oh, why would he do that? Because he's a genius. It's a restart. Now we're going to play a war game, And so it makes it more of a seesaw battle, much more exciting. And whether, people know it yet or not, that is the future. That's the way to go. You have, or just take it down to 1 foul, or 1 live foul. You could get 2, but it's 1 in the setup and 1 live, because if you give me, what if we do this? What if we said it was a 7 foul system, right? Just to show the extreme. And then I elbow foul out on my first one and you're like, loss. Why the hell do you give me 7 fouls? They're all so that's part of the 2 foul system, man. Use it to your advantage. I'm a firm believer in that. There are no intentional fouls, or there's no such thing as an intentional foul, and there's no such thing as an intentional slip at the FAL. You keep your elbow on the pad, and other than that, we do strict WAF rules. This is the way we keep it exciting. This is absolutely fair, and this gives people the most arm wrestling for their money. I don't want you to come here and suddenly your hand slipped, but I seen it as it was intentional, and now I robbed you of the championship, and you go home and you're like, dude, I just couldn't hang on, and you thought you saw some shit. It don't matter what someone thinks now. If it slipped, we strap you up. And let's be honest, we all want strap matches, right?
No, I don't want one with John no more. I gotta keep him out of straps.
Did he put you out the tournament?
Oh yeah, him and Sadio kicked my butt, and Matt all in the straps. And my strap game is normally top notch, and them boys there are just too strong.
You just got
them mechanic hands are too much for me.
Yeah, Elizabeth Mochek says the reffing was on point. Retro Wave Puller says the reffing was definitely great. Never have people say this either. So shout out to Tim Talmadge and everyone that helped, but Tim and Luke especially, because they at least brought change. If it wasn't just them, they brought change. Because I never see 10 comments talking about the reffing was on point.
No, it's usually 10 comments talking about how terrible the reffing was. This call was bad, that call was bad, whatever.
Every one of them involves one of my matches. The people are like, fuck this stage. Jeff Bozier said I fouled for moving my foot in a referee's crib. Wiz did a great job on the mic, someone said. Retro Wave Polar said.
He did.
He did. Pops Newman, George didn't show up at 176. I know. I was hoping to see him too. It was good. Elizabeth Mochek said the referee was on point. Refs are cool. They explained what they did wrong. Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie. That referee was a little tight. It was a little tight. It was great. It was very, very, very professional and probably what it should be. But I think we're gonna take that from a 8 to a 7, and I think that's right at our sweet spot where FAL prospers.
Yeah, I did have a couple guys come to me asking about the whole elbows during the rest grip and in the straps. Like Tim and I know it's WAF rules, but basically whenever they were putting a strap on or even rest grip, they were making everybody put their elbow dead center to pad. And
Yeah,
I'm like normally, as long as I can line y'all's palms up and y'all are dead center of the table and y'all don't fight me, I pretty much don't care where your elbow is on the pad. That's up to you. But with them, they were setting them dead center to pad, wasn't letting you move, wasn't letting you really get comfortable. I had a few people come to me and complain about that, but that's things we can adjust as we go along. And
yeah, and it's also something that maybe we should have Tim or Luke on here and explain why that rule is the way it is. And maybe after they give us the explanation, we all go, you know what, that makes sense. Maybe it's something where we're like, yeah, we don't really need that. But
from what Tim somewhat explained to me, he said it helps get everything dead center of the table. If you got to have somebody come a little bit lower, a little bit higher, whatever, but it pretty much puts their hands dead center of the table. He said 90% of the time. You ain't got to fight a lot trying to get them back and forth and get people centered, slapping people's hands, telling them to get over. So
it is nice though to get recognition.
It's been a good point for me, anyways. But that was one small complaint that I had.
What were you saying, Brandon?
Saying it's nice we got recognition for our good reffing for once.
Yeah.
It says Texas Piranha said they were just setting the elbows to make sure the webbing are even. That's what I would assume.
Yep.
Yeah, so the event was massive, man. I mean, the entries were huge. We can get in, we'll probably post some public numbers, I think, when we post the brackets. Have the brackets been sent to Corey yet?
No, they are actually getting sent to him now.
Love it. I know Denise was interested in it because she messaged me, hey, get them brackets over. They want us. Everybody in the country wants to see how good we did.
Yeah.
It was great. And I'll tell you, we had a very small amateur turnout. Our pro turnout was insane. Dude, did you guys see the super heavy class? That looked like the Royal Rumble at the WWF. There was 2,300 pounders in there. I was like, damn, if something pops off in there, I can't save anybody.
Nope.
No.
I'm not going in there for nothing. Chances on his own.
No, if you watch the stream, you can see me the whole time I'm hugging the edge. I felt the stage crack a little bit. I was staying on the edge. So if it did collapse, I'm jumping off. I'm not getting trapped under Ryan North and Zach Cannon. No way.
No shit. Don't arm wrestle him either. He just whooped my ass.
Yeah, me and Chance were standing side by side, and all of a sudden we heard the floor start cracking. We looked at each other. I'm like, oh, hell. I'm going to get back in my corner over here. Chance went to one corner. I went to the other.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm proud of what we did. This is all I have to say is, you guys remember how Florida State looked whenever you walked in and how amazing that was? Seems like a joke compared to this one, right? Yeah, that's the level change. So we plan to keep knocking these levels up. You just imagine what we're going to look like in December. But it comes with support, It's like all cool things, man. If you used to if you don't buy Mountain Dew, they're going to quit making Mountain Dew. Right? So that local restaurant by your house, when it's closing down and you're like, damn, I should have went there more. Well, we got to make sure we support it. Keep it growing because we are bringing 10,000. I don't care what any promoter ever did in the past or said. Me and Chance's credibility is on the line. And I've been arm wrestling too damn long to lie to the community and not show my face again. So we're going to show it with 10,000. I'm going to hand out some big checks like when you win the lottery. Those probably just be for a photo op, but right, we got to have some giant FAL check. But no, we're gonna have. I mean, it's gonna be legit, dude. Our finals, we're hoping to do. We're in talks. This is developing over the next 9-10 months, but we want to do a banquet with an award ceremony, a true award ceremony where everybody gets a table. You could sit with your team. Show up cleaned up. Maybe your girl comes looking good. Whatever floats your boat. But we want to be able to have like a rookie of the year, MVP, similar to Anthony Laterra has already kind of been doing it. And that is one of the selfless things that he did bring to the community was he used to always do like a top male polar, top female polar, best team. We would like to induct some some
Hall
of the
famers
guys into some old timers into the FAL or not FAL, Florida Arm Wrestling Hall of Fame. So, and whether we have just a plaque that comes back every year and we add a guy and a recognition, ton of thing, as well as, highlighting the season's winners. You're going to have the guy that won the 154 amateur points race, the 150, and the guy that wins the 220, pro right cash guy, all these guys want to be featured on the show. So I'd love to come up and be able to have that guy come up and have 2 minutes to stand at a podium and say, hey, thank you to my team that trained me. Shout out to my sponsor that bought me a flight to the whatever. So that's the goal, is the finale. So the way we've been leveling up, I thought Florida State's in December was out of control. That level change that we seen from that date to here, and you can watch both live streams. They're very, easy to find. They're so far apart from each other, and that's 60 days. That's it. That represents 60 days of planning and this and that. And so we got 11 months here. A lot of crazy things are going to happen. We're hoping to bring in more sponsors, get more things going. Bigger, better setup, more banners. We had incredible setup that just arrived one day late, where that place would have looked a lot different too. But neither here nor there. Next one, me and Chance just went to the venue today.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can I send that video and screen share that video, you think, onto here?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, what do I gotta do?
The question is more or less, can you figure it out?
Oh, wow. That is the question.
It's a good question.
It's only an 8-second video.
But yeah, the venue was awesome. It was my first time going to the venue. I know you had been there a couple times. Great stage area. There's going to be a great area for VIP tables, lots of sitting room, even more standing room, parking for, I don't know, probably 1,000 people. So as much parking as we need, they have. That's something great. And the food is actually really good. Brandon and I had the wings. I got some appetizers, some fries. It was all delicious and everything's reasonably priced. So it'll be nice to be at a venue where you have access to a lot of great food at a good price, drinks, everything like that. And the parking is not going to be an issue. In the past, we've been at venues with 25 parking spots. I don't know where anyone parked. They figured it out, but now you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to park a mile away. So that'll be great.
Yes, I agree. This place is like the premier spot for parking and for just hosting a spot. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can screen share this. How are we looking? Can we see the venue?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and you're going to see it's a terrible film video. But it's basically an indoor restaurant bar. They got an outdoor bar. This is in the heart of Daytona DeLand area, right off of I-95. The stage up here, that I keep panning past a little too fast, has 3 TVs, full audio system. We're going to be doing a couple promotions out there too in conjunction with them, where I think we're going to have Chance take on like 500 bikers in a row. And we're going to put up a massive prize and see if they can take the prize from him. Who knows? We might even let amateurs. Who knows? Maybe we can sell a ticket to get into the $1,000 match. It's pretty much there's a lot of cool things. This promoter and this place, City Limits, you guys should check out their venue, City Limits in DeLand. This is one of the best restaurants in this area and probably one of the coolest guys. I mean, they hosted like a cannabis festival there. They host all sorts of band nights. They do anything that's like crazy and they think is cool. They don't give a damn. They host like biker stuff here. It's not an edgy place. You bring your kids, super tame. They got like outdoor heaters that they wouldn't turn on for me despite me being freezing. But no, it's an awesome place, man. I think anything other than a hurricane coming while we're out there, and it's going to be a kick-ass place. I personally think it may be our best venue as far as accommodations, just because of, dude, I mean, their burgers are some of the best burgers I've ever had. Their food's awesome, full liquor bar, full beer, cheap everything, and parking for 1 million people, as well as they're going to do promotions, pull up some food trucks. I think they have a band that's taking over at 8 o'clock. I'm going to try to host to get like a after party going where we can hang out like up into the night and just arm wrestle and keep the tables going and all that. So, I mean, it'll be cool, but it's called City Limits in DeLand. Y'all should look it up. Maybe go to their Google page and click picture thing. But it's really cool, dude. Like, if you like scenic stuff with like outdoor lantern lighting and stuff like that, I mean, it's a pretty badass venue, and they're gonna let us hook into all their TVs over the thing. So I think we're gonna stream playing, and then just a couple things. Am I frozen on y'all's computer?
Yep.
Yeah, you're frozen.
Jesus.
Just turn off your camera, turn it back on. That'll sort it.
Quit stealing neighbor's Wi-Fi.
What the hell, Brandon? You're a tech guy.
My whole computer is messing up.
Yeah, Robert, you got to sort Brandon out. Teach him how to use the internet.
He
My
sorts
Zoom
me
is
out.
crashing. I'm gonna have to read my own live.
So, Robert, how far are we away from being able to do like instant replays on our live? We talked about it a little bit.
I can do it for super matches right now. I don't know if I can do it for the tournament. Like, I say let's try it. Like, I'll try it this weekend, see how it goes.
Yeah. Because as far as the live stream went, it was amazing. And that was one of the only things that I could think of that would be a cool feature to have. But other than that, I mean, you killed it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got my camera situated so we won't have that issue. And then how often, like, is it every match gets a replay of the pin?
Right. Yeah, that's not very realistic, I don't think.
Well, that might be more realistic than picking and choosing.
Okay. Hey, listen, you're the guy running the stream. If you want to replay every single match, if that's easier than replaying, one here and there, then that's what you got to do. I don't think that'd be a bad thing at all.
Yeah, I was thinking like maybe your big matches like this past weekend, like Artem and John, and then Austin and John,
Jerome and Andre,
like the bigger ones. But I mean, if you can do every one of them and still keep up with the live feed, hell, why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, like right now, I switch around on tables because I have dead air. Like, so that would be something I could play in lieu of. I'll look at that. Maybe just like the same screen, keep it split screen, but like a replay popping up with the word instant replay. Yeah, that's all stuff I can do.
Okay, awesome. Another thing I was thinking about that would be cool is if you know how we interviewed everyone after each stream, if we had someone standing in front of a camera with a microphone, like they would maybe an MMA or something. I don't know a good comparison, but like, hey John, you just play second place in your pro tournament. How are you feeling? Whatever, and then get a quick little burst interview.
So we did that with Artem at Florida State and didn't really get any feedback or anything like that. But the commentator camera, because remember when they were commentating, they had a camera in the face. So
right.
They called that the booth camera, and it got mentioned several times. So maybe just like a dedicated space that the MC's at would be fine. Yeah, but I agree. Like people like that. They like seeing the interview.
Yeah, absolutely. And everyone likes seeing themselves. So the more screen time each person has, the better for every person, I think.
So you would think that, but like only 2 of the champions wanted to sit down. Everyone else had to be dragged over there. A lot of them left. Renan got on the mic and called him back. Where you at? Jerome, get
well, I
here.
can promise you, if I ever win a tournament, I will come here and do my interview. I can promise. It's gonna be well deserved. I gotta get you done first.
Trent, if I get a win in the tournament, I'm gonna be talking to the camera for at least an hour and a half, like talking about how amazing it is.
Yeah,
I'm right there with you.
Trent, did you pull off? Did you get a win this weekend? You did, right?
No.
Okay.
I pulled John and Matt left-handed, both went to the straps. They dominated me, and then I pulled Sadiel first right-handed, and I stopped him both times outside the straps. And then his strap game is levels above mine right now. And then
Good.
I kind of messed up and drank a C4 before the tournament. So right out the rip, I was blown up, and then I grabbed a hold of David, and his hit was just too much. I was already turning blue, and veins were popping out, and it was just I messed up and drank that C4 and got that stuff in me, and it just blew me up, especially on an empty stomach. That's all my body was running on at that point. And
Yeah.
Terrible.
yeah, it was dumb on my part. But I mean, I'm back to training with Austin and Daniel, so we all know arm wrestling doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to get back where I was, and I'll get back there sooner or later.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be fair, that was one of the hardest 176 classes we've seen in Florida in a long time.
I mean, it's not like I lost to people that's never arm wrestled. I mean, I lost to some of the best arm wrestlers in the state of Florida, and they've been putting in way more time than I have. I have nothing but respect for all of them, and they put in, like I said, twice as much time as I have as arm wrestling, and I'm not mad about none of it. I'll take my losses and move on and come back better.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, John, you ended up with what, second place left-handed?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how long have you been arm wrestling now?
About a year and a half, a little over that, I guess.
Yeah, that's super impressive, dude. You killed it. Are you going to go to the East versus West finals?
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
100%. Why not, right?
Yeah, that's amazing. 1.5 years in the sport, and now you're going to the East versus West finals. That's like kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of sure.
All right, Brandon is back. What's up, Brandon?
Had a little technical difficulty.
You hopped on your other neighbor's Wi-Fi now?
The police shut my stream down. One of these hackers probably got in.
Hackers.
My internet
Hacker.
corrupted the device. Who knows? What you got over there training with, Robert?
Red lighting handle. This is the Chocolate Thunder eccentric handle.
Chocolate Thunder. That was my little league nickname.
That's right. This one was designed with inspiration from Jody Williams.
Okay, I like it. Has that made some improvements in your game?
No one top rolls me anymore. I just got to figure out how to keep for everyone from blowing through me in a hook. But
You got is that J handle a lightning bolt?
yeah, of course. It's red lightning, man.
Where can they buy this at?
It'll probably be for sale at tournaments that I'm at. Every time I make a run, I sell out. I don't make enough. Good problems to have, but also kind of bad. I just need to make more.
I feel you. I wish I had those problems over here at FAL. We never sell enough and have too much left over. We just throw it to the crowd. What do you think of us launching all that merch out? That was good look.
Oh, dude, that was cool. You need to be doing more of that kind of stuff. That's what got the crowd re-engaged.
It was crazy, right?
Mm-hmm. Reminded me of going to a baseball game and getting the t-shirt cannon.
Yeah.
That's the same thing I said. And Brandon said, I have a t-shirt cannon, but I feel like
hit a lady in the head with straps. They said I can't bring it.
Yeah. We might kill someone.
Brandon, nothing that can hurt people.
Yeah, it might be a bad move.
Guys, we can't get super chats till we get to 1,000 subscribers. What is happening? Dude, this is insane. All right. Yeah. Robert, I need you to come fix my computer, dog. Don't ever let me run the stream.
What are you talking about? The pictures that I took, everyone thought that you were the man.
No, I'm saying mine right now. My computer is going crazy.
You're the
great
tech
pictures.
guru. You answer questions to me. Have you sitting at the computer?
Hey, I'll tell you what you're good at. It's you're good at keeping up with the chats and everybody on there, seeing what they want, going back to the play-by-play and the live commentary.
Yeah.
I'll give you credit on that, because when I rewatched it, that is, a lot of people were asking for it, and as soon as they asked for it, Chance went right back to it, and it was a real good look. Chance is not scared of Bowen. Chance actually injured. He tore something in his arm. I seen it today. It looks rough. Blood
Hey, if
everywhere.
anyone wants to sponsor me with some peptides or some growth hormone, just let me know, because I need something for my elbow.
PM Chance, he definitely needs some repairs. Stem cell clinic. If anyone's got a stem cell clinic, any arm transplants,
Arm transplant.
bicep reattachment, anchor surgeries, he needs something. I have imagined Chance will be at full strength in no time. He could probably
hopefully.
beat Bowen right now, even with the tear.
Yeah, probably. I was able to beat Carl with the tear. I could probably beat one with the tear.
Where are we at on subs? We're at 273. We got to get up to 300, man. We're gonna be at 1,000 before we can do super chats. Y'all, a lot of you guys were blessing us with super chats on Chance's stream.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, a lot of super chats over there. And until we hit 1,000 subs on this channel, we'll be streaming on both channels. But as soon as we can get super chats on that channel, we're only going to be doing the live streams on this channel, I'd imagine.
That's the way to do it.
Do them on both. I want to do eventually a like I said, pay-per-view.
Yeah. Robert said he'll be ready by next week for a pay-per-view. That's what he was telling me.
Arm wrestling club said points only for pros, no cash or trophies for amateurs. Sorry if you've already answered these. No, let me see if I can pull up let me see if I can screen share something for these guys real quick, Chance. Yeah, I'll show you a little thing of what we're doing. So we can't give cash to the amateurs because that's kind of difference between amateur and pro. All the cash that we're giving for the pros, we're doing $10,000. So we're going to save all that for the finale, which is going to be a much better look than giving away a much smaller portion at each one. I promise it's going to be 1,000 times more exciting. Yeah, let me go over here. Let me screen share. I will show you some of the medals that these guys got, some of the things we did. We had awesome awards, first through third place for all the amateurs got one. It was absolute good look. Or I'm sorry, first through third for amateur and pro. So they got their points and they got the award. It was pretty wild. The medals we gave out are like 4-inch gold medals. You got any of them on hand right there, Chance, to show off?
I'm gonna go grab one.
Sure, go grab one. I'm gonna play a nice video, but
I got a silver one.
You'll get around ADL sooner or later. You got the strength to do it. You just need to brush up on that strap skill a little bit more, which I already told you to come pull with Daniel a few times, and you catch on pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm a half.
I told you one time, if you ain't comfortable, complain to the ref, and look what you done. So I mean, you catch on pretty quick.
Yeah, he's a tough draw.
Hold on, Chance. Don't break him out yet. So if you guys see, this is an example of what the medals we gave out. Obviously, we had a gold, a silver, and a bronze. But I liked them, man. I thought they were a good look. They're heavy. They're about, someone should weigh one. But they're probably like a pound. I would like on our second run, I think we're gonna do them like twice the thickness and twice the weight. No, this is a live. This ain't pre-recorded, Nacho. It's just so professional that it looks like it. Who's got chances over there holding the gold? So yeah, to answer your question,
You turn off your screen share. It's probably easier to see.
sure. To
We're gonna
answer,
have to cancel it, right?
yeah, so to answer your question, amateurs first through third got those as well as their points, and they're gonna have an award ceremony for their finals. They got their own points race, and then the pro guys, they got the same medals, and then obviously they got their points towards the cash. So we also gave away the Arm Shark sponsored overall prize, which is $100 to his shop. And we would like to, I think we're going to start incorporating either some larger cash prizes to incentivize the overall, or maybe you never know. We would like to do a lot more cooler sponsored things, but definitely maybe a little more cash in the overall. But that overall class was crazy too, huh? 8 guys in each. Absolute hitters. I mean, you had Carl and Brad going back at it. You had Wade trying to jump in, Artem trying to jump in. You see
Hey,
Jerome, don't count out Jerome.
threw Artem across the table.
But speaking of Brad Grundy, how awesome did he look this weekend?
Yeah.
Dude, Brad looked amazing this weekend.
Did you see the way he manhandled Jerome in the overalls?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Brad
Huge
threw
shout out
Jerome
to
across the table like Jerome threw Artem across the table. It was incredible.
Yeah, he's a beast. Both them guys are beasts. Jerome showed up. I was happy to see that he came and hung out with us.
Yeah, it's awesome. We don't really get him at Florida tournaments too often, so it's always a nice thing to see him.
Yeah, no, he was out of control. And he's such a kind guy, dude. As soon as I did the commentary with him, I felt like I was like America's Most Wanted hanging out next to a preacher. Like I was cussing, and I was like, man, you should smash someone or something. Like, I would never do that. Someone like he's just such a nice guy. I'm like,
Who, Jerome?
yeah. I was like, I'm coming across like the worst villain ever. Just sitting.
No, he got a little angry at the table. He was telling me and Tim some things for bullshit. I mean, he was a little amped up. Yeah.
Tell me about it. Tell me
man.
more.
Just let go. This is bullshit, man. It's like it was him and Andre, and Andre was kind of slowly bringing his elbow a little bit forward. I tapped him a few times, but webbing was straight, everything was good. And Jerome has a super long forearm, so he was kind of on the back of the pad a little bit more. And he had little complaints about it, which is understandable. And Tim wasn't really fixing it because everything was dead center of the table, webbing was good. And Jerome, I guess, got a little bit fed up with it. It was like, it's bullshit, man, but just say go. And then Jerome smashes Andre. So, I mean, everything worked out. But, yeah, that's the first time that I've seen Jerome get a little bit upset. Normally, he's quiet, content, and just does his thing. But, it's against Andre. You can't let anything slide with that boy because he'll come back and beat you. So.
Yeah, something I'd like to incorporate, Chance, and maybe, this might be for a private conversation, but a bring a friend, get a shirt thing or something to incentivize these guys when you got your cousin that's like, man, I want to join, but he's pussing out. You actually make him go just so you could get the shirt, right?
Yeah.
He was gonna go and he was like, nah, man, I want an extra shirt. I think something like that's cool because our pro class is going to only grow at a certain rate, because let's pretend we get 100 new guys, right? But arm wrestling is so painful that 5 years later, those 100 only are 20 guys left over. So we can only grow our pro class as fast as you guys can mature and stay hanging in it. But we can grow our amateur class with no limit. There could be, let's say that I was able to put an ad on every TV station and every radio and every newspaper. We could have 3,000 entries for the amateur class. That's possible, right? You can't do that and increase the pro class, but if we would have got the amateur support that we had at Florida State's at the at this tournament, oh man, we might have had the fire marshal called on us. Dude, we were packed. When I looked out there and seen that yellow ocean of people, what I tell y'all it's gonna look like? A yellow.
Beehive.
Hey, it was covered. What it looked like an ocean of yellow out there, did it not?
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Damn, man, he's training.
I mean, there was a few times where, I was reffing and I would turn around and look around. It was just like, even I got caught just kind of looking around in amazement how many people were there and all the yellow and all the competitors. And, Austin brought Landon and Brian, and, they were amateurs, first tournament ever. Both of them placed. I think they both got second, third, and third places. So
Austin would have got 2 shirts if we had our incentive in place. I like that, actually. Yeah, man, it was cool. Those guys placed. That guy Landon is absolute beast, dude.
He is. I've pulled him a few times over Austin's. He's super strong, and if he ever gets comfortable in his technique, he's only practiced with Austin, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 times. I mean, he's still very, very new to this. And I mean, just the brute strength that man's got. I mean, you got to think he's like 6'3", 6'4", 369 pounds. Let him learn some technique and get a little bit more tendon strength. He's gonna be able to give him chance some issues. I mean, the boy is strong.
Yeah, I believe he medaled both arms, which is awesome for a first tournament.
He did.
Yeah.
He got second. I want to say second right and third left.
Yeah, I believe so.
First ever tournament. I mean,
Joel Cagle asks, how am I feeling for my match against Cody Dollar this weekend? I feel real good. I'm pretty damn strong. Apparently, it doesn't matter how strong I get, I'm screwed. And he's unbeatable. I can't even beat fucking Hyatt, let alone him.
Who's saying these things, Brandon?
Well, I don't believe a goddamn word of this. You think I got on that airplane to look like a dick? I'm gonna come out there.
I'm not gonna lie. As we're seeing Dustin Hyatt pulling Justin Bishop, I don't think you can beat Dustin Hyatt like 100%. I think he'll run right through you.
Playing. You tell Dustin Hyatt anytime he comes down, I got some bread for him. I'll run through him. I'm training again. I'm fired up. Cody Dollar is a bad dude, bro. He looks like an accountant. Mm-hmm. Like he just looks like some regular guy. Looks like he works in an office. I mean, he's jacked.
I've seen some of his matches.
He's a badass arm wrestler. So,
I've seen him bully Brent Rakers on the left arm.
Yeah, well, we're not pulling left-handed. We're pulling right-handed. And listen, my right's pretty damn versatile. I can do everything. I can fucking hook, top roll, king's move, press. I got a fucking crazy variation on a press that you probably never seen. I got a couple, I got a lot of crazy shit I can do, bro. I know how to manipulate and do a slip strap foul system to a degree. He'll have to pin me 3 fucking times every time I'm going to exit out of that mat, so I'm worried about the strict reffing. I'm going to ask if we can go to some loose rules for the match. There's a nice little chunk of money for the winner. I don't personally care so much for that as much as I want to get a good war. I would rather have 3 good matches than beat him on fouls and take a few $100s, I want to have a good match, but regardless, yeah, I think I have a great shot, dude. I don't need just one move. Normally when people start telling you, hey, you're fucked against this guy, you better be this, that, normally it affects you a little. I don't believe that. I pulled a few guys on the side table, and albeit they weren't top level, a lot of things in my hand are there. So I feel good. I'm gonna feel good in my setup, and if I get what I want, it's gonna be a long day for him. I may have to arm wrestle Cody Dollar, but he's got to arm wrestle Brandon Morris also. So, and if he's sleeping on that, we'll see. But I've never met the guy. He looks like a cool guy. I seen him manhandling Artem and Max a little, but I also seen them get some purchase in him. But it was about 15 matches deep, but I think he was about 210. I can get pretty heavy, and I was pretty heavy, but I'm under the assumption we need to be 198. So My plan is to go out there. There's a lot of money in the tournament. There's like 200 for each class, 100 for second for every single class. So if I do decent, I think I'm going to pull like 4 or 5 classes, try to make some bread out there. And at least just keep trying to get in the finals and a bunch of weight class, you know. But I don't know. Maybe Arkansas's got some hitters. I don't really know them guys out there. But yeah, it's a great opportunity, bro. It's for like it's for a I don't want to say some, like I'm diminishing it. It's a CTE, like brain injury foundation that's sponsoring a bunch of matches. So they're flying me out. And they're offering some bread if I win. How can you say no to that? You know, it's helping some people and you're getting a trip to come out and prove yourself. And if I do happen to whack Cody Dollar, oh man, it's on. Then I'm whacking Niall Anderson. Niles, if you're watching this, you should just cancel the match because you will not beat me in the middle of Central Florida. I promise that. Nobody ever has.
I'll say you're pulling him at Bike League, aren't you?
Yeah, but I know he's gonna bring it, and he's probably the favorite there too.
In my eyes, it's a true 50-50 with you and Niles.
Okay.
Yeah, my opinion with Niles is definitely 50-50. And one thing people don't understand about you is you can go, I don't know how you do it, but you can still pull your matches and stay in it with your arm completely taxed, blown up. It doesn't matter. You always find a way to stay in the game no matter how much you pull.
How's Cody's endurance?
You'll be red line, hand blown up. I mean, there's been times where I've repped you and I've had to close your hand because your hand literally will not close. And you still find ways to stay in that match every time.
That's what I hope we have, dude. I don't want to come there and flash in 3-0 or I hope we have 5 barn burners and I can't feel my hand for 3 hours. That's the shit I like. That's what gets me the highest. I'm just coming here because I'm addicted to this fucking dopamine rush. That's all. I've already analyzed this. This shit just gets me higher than anything. You know, arm wrestling's wild. But yeah, that Concussion Legacy Foundation is the name of the charity for the benefit of the charity is for. So, yeah, it's a good time, man. I'm Cody. Don't really get tired. Well, neither do I. So you tell him pack a lunch. I'm ready.
Might be a hell of a match then.
Listen, if we both have to come in at a true 198, I think it's cool. If somehow he slides by and it's like 215 and they trick me into weighing 198, then that's probably a long day because he looks like he's pretty strong when he's big. So am I. But
last I talked to him, Brandon, he was like 190.
Okay, oh, then fine. I believe he's the favorite. I just only take matches with favorites.
That you do.
You know, the last guy I polled, the only guy I've probably ever polled that people thought I'd beat is Joe Rogers. You know, but everybody else, dude, I polled Robbie Russell when no one said poll Robbie Russell. Anybody, you know, anybody that wants it can get it, dude. Arm wrestling ain't shit. I'm not risking a goddamn thing but a sore arm. I'll do it right here. You know, all these people scared to protect some fake record and image. You're only as good as your last win. And so for me, like Chance, if Chance loses the rest of his match and then beats John Brzezinski on the rematch, it doesn't really fucking matter. So keep taking your matches, kid, you know? But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, dude. Cody Dollar's an animal. But I actually think I'm looking forward to the Niles one a little more. Just because it's going to be here. It's going to be at the next event. And, you know, I think that's going to be an actual barn burner. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. I hope to shut up a lot of people that think, not to shut them up because they're all respectful, but just to quiet down some people that think I'm washed up. I'm not ready to become a B-class jobber type of guy that just takes L's to people.
You're not ready to transition to full-time promoter?
No, that's not happening. I still got a lot of wars in this arm.
Speaking of, you mentioned Dustin Hyatt a couple times. FAL is going to have the budget to probably set that match up, I'm sure.
You bring him down. No weight limit, though.
No weight limit. You're going to come in 230. He's going to walk in 180.
You would still say he's the favorite, you piece of shit.
Nah, you at 230 is a different version than you at 210.
Yeah.
Still couldn't move your wrist.
Yeah, but that's me. It's a little different.
Felt exactly like pulling him at 176. It's exactly the same. I was 230 as 176. Felt the same going chance.
Well, I hope so. I'm 300 pounds.
Yeah, I would have rather pulled Cody Dollar with no weight limit and got big as hell because I was like 215 the other day. But now I'm like 205 and coming down. But that's how I like to arm wrestle, is just no rules. Like, Kimbo Slice got thrown into a barrel full of steroids type shit. I believe the crazier the better, but so I like it when a guy's at full power. Dusty is the number one goal, dude. He is ducking me. I know you guys say that, but I will pull that kid and become number 3, 1, whatever he is at 76 the first time out. Say what
But then you
want.
got to pull him at 76.
It's fine. Let's go. I'll pull him at 180. 180.
With a real scale?
Real scale. I was 188 when I offered the match to him.
Okay.
With Chance looking at the scale?
Bro,
Yeah, my scale or your scale?
I was genuinely 188 when I offered the match to them, and they said no because I'm not ranked. I'm like, yeah, not ranked in the daycare class. Come on, I'm the toddler section. I'm number 17. I was number 8. Give me something. So whenever he wants to smoke, you tell him and his dad, come on down, and I'll set the accommodations. I'll stoke the fire. Yeah, I know I know that Cody works as a mechanic all day. His hand gets worked so does mine.
So does John's.
That's it. I work one hand all day doing one thing, the other hand doing something else. I didn't choose it. Yeah, Bentonville. I never been there, man. The venue looks cool. Rush Schrader seems like a cool guy. I think I actually met him at Mississippi State's maybe once. Maybe it was another gnarly dude with a beard.
Russ is a super cool guy. Russ and his wife as well.
Yeah, and it's
Russ
cool,
Whitney.
man. I'm catching a Saturday flight and I'm flying into the airport's like 15 minutes from the venue.
Nice.
So it's dope, bro. It's one of them in and outs. I'll be home in 30 hours from when I leave. So super convenient. They took care of me on that and offered up a prize for me and Cody. So it's cool. But yeah, I want to get a couple more super matches that could be nice for FAL. But the Niles Anderson one is just kind of one we have a blessing. Maybe not the 2 top tier guys, but I know a lot of the Florida guys are kind of reluctant because they want to get their points. But the John Theron versus Noels, the stuff like that, those are totally exciting to me. We're in the age of the super match, and I think that being able to throw a few dollars at it. When you told me kind of what it took to make you and Lubke's happen, I was extremely jealous that I hadn't thought of that. That's all good ideas, right? Why didn't I think of that? But as our budget grows and as our abilities, come a little bit further, I think we can do some cool things. I mean, who doesn't want to see Toddzilla take on Chance again, in the middle of King of Florida? I mean, if you don't want to see that, just go ahead and unsubscribe from this channel, because every red-blooded American wants to see that. But that's cool, man. Stuff like that, we kind of are in the same realm as, in my opinion, as Monster Factory right now, except we're doing tournament version. As far as I'm just saying, maybe a comparable product, but we would love to be at an East versus West level, King of the Table level in the near future. So I like people to look at what we did in December and then what we did in February and just see that gain. And now we got tons of promotional material, man. We can approach big companies and we can get cool things. We're talking about all this like vinyl wrap trailers, and we want to do cool things. We want to have a cool setup, man. It'd be nice if we could have a warm-up area with bands and equipment where people could work out on a pulley machine beforehand. The sky's the limit when it comes to planning ideas and stuff like that, especially when you start to bring in like corporations. That shit sounds like a big deal until you tell that to a guy like Budweiser or Monster Energy.
Yeah, you tell them your plan. They say, "Oh, you only need 50 G's to make it happen. Here you go. It's nothing."
There you go. Yeah, and so we just don't know the right people, and we haven't got to get the right. We really haven't had the material to push it yet. So all you guys that wore your jersey, and they told you why you need the jersey. You now were in all them badass pictures. You're going to be used in the promo material. We're putting a lot of money. We're talking about hiring a full-time cinematographer at this next one to do all sorts of crazy stuff. We're about to put out a couple promo reels, some advertisements, some true paid ads on, some marketing stuff. And it's going to include a lot of you guys. Wearing them shirts, having the matches. The fact that everyone had a jersey on means every single match was marketable. We didn't have to just sort through and say, oh, okay, John and Billy, they had their shirt on at Florida State's. We could use that match. Now it's like, dude, you pick the one. Pick the craziest war, and that's what we're using.
But think about it, I thought it was cool that, Luke and Tim didn't mind, wearing our referee shirts. I mean, everybody on that stage was straight out FAL.
How nice were the FAL ref shirts too?
Yeah.
Go get that thing.
I'm a certified zebra.
Break it out. You got your shirt on you, Trent? Your ref shirt?
I think it's still in the washer.
I know you're lying.
And every time you join the live, Trent, every single piece of FAL merch you have is in the washer.
Yeah, what's up? Are you pawning
Ashley got home today, and before we went to the gym, she found all that stuff was leaking in there.
Let me talk to Ashley real quick.
Let me go look. Hold on.
Let me speak to Ashley if you don't mind. I want to talk to her about laundry duties.
She's in the bathtub right now. Hold on one second.
Jesus.
Joel Cagle said, who's a good competitor out of Florida for me to match up with?
George.
Joel, you tell me the best guy you've ever beat in your life, fresh for fresh, and I'll tell you who's a good competitor.
I think George for him. He beat Travis Tuggle at Monster Factory. I don't know if you know who Travis is.
Isn't that the guy that lost to Dustin Hyatt?
I don't know if
that was a Johnson guy or something. Oh, hey, well, I guess we got to talk privately. I forgot. Chris Chandler told me something about someone they wanted me to pull over there, and he's like,
okay.
Did they talk to you? I'm like, no, but
yeah, we'll talk in private about that. But
who talks a lot of crazy shit that I thought would be a good one?
Who?
Is that Michael Todd's like his ex-stepson or his stepson Josh Wood?
Yeah.
Every time I post something, that kid's like hating.
He's like my biggest hater.
I know. Why don't we need to get him? Maybe I could pull him.
Yeah, I don't know how good he is, but why not?
Well, hopefully he's not good at all. I need the best match that pays the most money with the worst opponent possible. Look, okay, it's in the wash.
Actually, it was still in the dirty clothes. I just put it back on for y'all.
Look at that, man. Get close. Show that thing. Look at that gear. Who y'all know with ref shirts this legit? On the arms. Come on. Custom fitted. Show the double bicep in the ref shirt.
You can't see it.
The tattoos. He got camouflage tattoo. Forgive him.
Yeah.
But what do you think of the ref jersey, Trent? You like it?
I love them. They're super thin, super light. I wasn't up there sweating my ass off the whole time, so they're really super comfortable. I have zero complaints.
Awesome.
Well, I think that's the coolest thing about this merch. We got the highest quality merch that's possible. Did you guys see the hoodies or feel them or the jerseys? And so,
I love
shit is crazy sublimated, So it was dope, man. Looking out at that surveillance footage camera from Mikey's phone. Do you know what I'm talking about, Chance?
Yeah.
That picture is insane.
Yeah, it's
insane.
killer.
Dude, there was so many yellow jerseys everywhere. when I looked in the best part for me was the super heavies. When we looked into there, and it was just, there were so many yellow giants in there, and the refs, it looked like when a fight breaks out at the end of like pro wrestling, and there's like 4 referees separating people and a bunch of giant dudes pushing everybody.
That's what it felt like.
You were in that? You were up in there, Trent, your little ass?
I was right there, son.
I didn't even see you.
I know.
How could you?
Trent was the most dangerous one in that crowd.
He knows how to be a bear. He
Like a
can
little
kill a
pit bull if you'd
300-pound
have
man.
fucked with him.
I'd have been sitting there kicking people in the kneecaps. They'd have started fighting too much.
Hey, and you know they all had bad knees.
Hey,
Every
one of
one of them big
Every one
motherfuckers.
of them.
Every one of them had bad
Hey,
knees.
one thing I've learned in my 30 years, you drop one big guy, the rest of them are gonna go, okay, might not want to mess with the little dude. He might be a little mean. You just gotta drop one of them and the rest of them back up.
I love that, dude. That's so good. Yeah, shout out to Arm Shark, our 2 winners, our right hand overall winners were Brad Grundy right-handed, Carl Stanley left-handed.
Yeah.
I am sending you guys your promo code for your $100 shop gift certificate to the Arm Shark Arm Wrestling Shop. He is sponsored and given us $2,200 worth of merchandise at his shop. So that's a big sponsorship. He's sponsoring every single event. So that's not just for this. Every one of you guys, that's the minimum. We're talking about adding a few bucks cash and all this to it. But thank you to Andre for that. He also probably would have won or had a great chance at winning the overall too, but he left a little bit early after his tournament. How did he do? He won right-handed?
He won left and he took second right.
Okay.
And
That was
Jerome
tough.
took second left and one right.
Okay. I
Yep.
remember another time he took second right, but we ain't gonna get into all that.
Yeah, I remember that. What was that, like 2012 when he first started arm wrestling or something? You sandbagged him.
No. It's 2019, brother,
Yeah, no, I'm just giving you a hard time.
which is basically 2012 to an 11-year-old like yourself. That was a
Yeah.
lifetime ago. Chances like that was a third of my life ago.
I couldn't even buy a beer at that point.
You still can't.
Yeah, you're right.
Without an ID?
But he still gets ID'd.
If
Of course I get ID'd.
ID, don't send him in the store. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time. You see this mustache? I'm at least 22.
Yeah, you see, I've been growing this thing for a month.
Exactly. I love it. How old are you?
I'm
25?
24. 24. Yeah.
I love it. 24 years old. He's the only 20-year-old on the top 10 list in the North American rankings. He is probably one of only 2 guys under 30, and everybody else there is under 40. This kid is 24 years old. He's top 10 in North America. Only guy, I mean, there's no one within 10 years of his age on that list. So if you guys have any doubt about what's about to happen, just imagine 10 years of evolution. Imagine the strength gain he made from 14 till now, and then that for another 10 years. So while it may not work like that exactly, it's gonna be he still has a lot of growing to do.
I hope it works like that.
Listen, I arm wrestled my first day at 25 years old. Okay. So to think you can't evolve from 25 to 35 is fucking crazy.
I was 26 when I started.
Albeit my peak was at about 29, I would say. I'm hoping it's going to be at 36. But this is like comeback number 8, trying to reachieve my 20s, right? So I only see it going upward from here, but the fact that, you know, he's 10 and 20 years younger than the rest of these guys. And the truth is he's not pushing as hard as these guys. These guys are eat, sleep, breathing, about to die over this shit. This kid is doing it almost casually. He arm wrestles and trains a lot, but he definitely ain't on the crazy shit that they're on to the level, and he he ain't out here, going wild over it. I mean, he's got his composure. It's almost treated with nonchalantly, and he's waxing the best in the world. So,
Thank you, Brandon.
3-2 with the Veet, bro, is an achievement. I mean, I don't think any other human in Florida or the Southeast or, could have, let alone, victories over all the crazy people, Ron Bath. Just all the people, man. I've seen
you,
you
man.
in the middle 4 ways. So yeah, it's going crazy. We couldn't have a better person coming here to shine with me. We got a crazy bounce here. We've got tons of support at the FAL.
Yeah, the FAL, like, yes, Brandon, you and I put in a ton of work to it, but realistically, we wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't from the support from the community. So really a huge thanks to everyone that's supporting it, buying the merch, showing up to the tournaments. Even if you're not pulling, when you show up to support, it really does help us. So I really appreciate everyone for showing all the support.
Yeah, this is the thing, man. It's like, listen, I mean, you like that drink that they carry at that Indian gas station, and you don't buy it, you don't got the fucking Red Bull you want, So we don't need to, we try to keep things as cheap as possible here, dude. We're coming out with a $15 shirt now. Just as casual shirt. We're selling a lot of our stuff. We're about to do a super sale on our store, all these different little things. But the goal out here is to increase the level of arm wrestling and ultimately set the bar for a higher product. It's not to milk it dry as you guys see, it's 100% reinvestment. If we want to be clear as day, me and Chance made no money on that last event. We paid ourselves not a dollar. Every out of it expense pocket was pretty much a loss. And it was done as an investment for future events, constantly. You guys didn't even see a lot of the stuff we wanted to do. We had a huge sponsor banner. We had a huge setup, couple things that just due to weather and shipping just arrived a day late. But I'll be, that aside, this next event's going to be crazy. And, you just got to support it. If you come out, come on out, if you can't come out, thumbs up the live stream, share the live stream with your boys, share the flyers, tell the people in your group, it ain't about paying money. It's just about show some love, like the Facebook page, give us a cool comment, stuff like that. But yeah, this was the event of a lifetime. I was happy to be able to throw this arm wrestling party. It wasn't even a tournament. It was a fucking party for us, pretty much. We all got to shine. And, when you go post them pictures today, your family now thinks you ain't some bummy ass arm wrestler no more. They're like, yo, he's part of a professional league. So, it's a good look for everybody, man. We now got certified refs. We have a format and a structure that we know works. The seating, I think, was a game changer too. We learned something about seating. That stadium style seating has a mass appeal.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're gonna work on probably renting them bleachers and thinking about them bleachers for a few other events.
Well, that and just the stage. I mean, being above everybody, so you don't have people, all trying to crowd the front. The people in the back can't see. I mean, even the stage thing is a huge accomplishment for arm wrestling and how everything looks. You can sit down and relax and watch the show, and you ain't got people standing up in front of you and getting in the way, and it makes everything run smoother. You're not on the mic yelling at people, telling them to get off the tables and chairs and to sit down and get out the way or to back up. I mean, it just makes everything run so much smoother.
Yeah, so Corey Miller will put out the brackets, I guess probably the stats. I seen he's been like announcing the amount of entries and blah 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 or something.
Yeah, he's actually working right now into putting it into the Aries system.
So all you guys is matches will be in that Aries ranking system, and you can see how you move up and down. It'll track your wins and losses. But I would suspect we ran 400 matches, 500 matches, error free. I think the very first class, one guy was all gung ho and tried to arm wrestle the other guy, and we stopped him or something. But yeah, I mean, dude, we've talked, and I was talking with Robert and a few different people about tournaments falling apart. And where suddenly the bracket system is just not working and they can't get it, you know, and that does happen. But we were blessed in this one to experience almost no technical difficulty. I mean, we had Maggie, Chance's future baby mama, running the brackets along with Wiz kind of announcing as a little dual team over there. And we were just flying through it. We did the entire amateur class, right and left hand, in an hour and 45 minutes. The amateurs were able to go home an hour, 45 minutes after they started. I mean, did you guys ever pull amateur?
I pulled like 2 tournaments.
Okay. So did you get to show up and leave an hour, 45 minutes later?
Hell no, I was there for 9.5 hours.
See, that's wild, dude. Those amateurs, some of them amateurs got there at 9:45.
Boy,
And by 1:45, they were able to leave. Definitely by 2, they had their awards and it was over. Like, so yeah, it was pretty cool. Robert Kelly was like throwing commercials up with our flyer and sponsors and shit. In between like weights and stuff. It was super cool, dude. I was extremely impressed with how the stream was and our overall product we had. Being able to like switch the camera to like me and Chance sitting with the headsets and being able to interview all the winners that would come down. Man, it was such a good look. There was amateur guys that you could just tell they were like running over. They had been waiting. I didn't have to say one word. The guy's already exiting the ring. He's coming down. He's looking for the headset to throw it on. So, you know, it was their time to shine, man. We had Amber from Eclipse Tattoo up there handing out the medals. Yeah, we had, there you go, right there. This young lady. We had her giving out the award we did. We gave Sarah Bachman just a little something, man. Nothing special. But we gave her an appreciation for furthering female arm wrestling award. We're in talks with a bunch of cool stuff. We'd like to do slow down a little and do a better award ceremony. I think that's something we can improve. We could definitely take a little more time. I would like to do the awards in front of a separate banner where you can take a photo op in front of it with your medal, similar to how you would do on like a red carpet or a formal event. You know, they have the placard banner, checkered banner up there that you could come with your girl, take the photo, and then walk in the club, you know? And I'd love to have something like that where you can go with your medals, even if it's not where we do the ceremony, where you can kind of photo op booth after. So that's another thing we're going to make an improvement with. And, you know, remember too, this was the test run. This was the season opener. This was the rough draft. You know, this was the first layer of makeup on an ugly chick you could imagine. There's some improvement to do. But just wait for our next one, man. 30 days. We're leveling up again. I don't know how. I really don't know how to outdo us with the last one. But we will. You have my word. We will outdo the next one. And you know, we're 26. What's today? Monday? 26 days away, guys. That's it. So train, get ready. You got 3 practices. And the third one, you need to take it easy. So, I mean, you're in a real season. This is like a basketball player managing the season. So it's I think it's going to be a super cool thing to be arm wrestling this often. But you know,
hey, not to cut you off there, Brandon, but someone did ask
sure.
Arm Therapy, how can someone become a sponsor of the FAL? And if anyone is interested in sponsoring the FAL, having us promote your company, your brand, whatever it is, just reach out to Brandon or myself directly on Facebook, or reach out to the Florida Arm Wrestling League page, Facebook or Instagram, and we can send you over the information on that.
Yeah, sure. And we have a bunch of tier schedule as far as what we can offer you and you offer. We like sustainable sponsorship. You know, we like to be realistic and give people lots of exposure. And we would love to work with anybody that believes in the FAL. So if you believe in this league, we believe in you. We've just had a bunch of solid people behind us, from do-it-yourself pest and lawn care to Pro Gear Gym, Eclipse Tattoo, Arm Shark throwing in the coupon, the gift certificates for that. And I imagine through the season, we're going to get many more, many more, people are going to be involved. If I seen that product we put out, I would definitely, if I need a tax write-off for my eBay business, I will happily sponsor, right? Who doesn't want to put their money in somewhere cool rather than paying it to Uncle Sam? So I think that's going to be a lot of our niche is a lot of people can tax write off it and say it's a sponsorship or charity. But yeah, we're growing. We're growing. Remember, man, this is event 1, season 1. Wait till I want to be in gymnasiums like jiu-jitsu is. I think we can be huge. We put 100 asses in the seats. Ain't no reason we can't do 300 and 400. 1,000 seats sounds crazy, right? If I told you I could sell 1,000 tickets to an arm wrestling show, you would say probably not, but I would tell you I just did 10% of that on my first try. So I would lean on a limb and say it might be possible. There's no reason. I told you the only ways to get money in this right now is with sponsors and selling seating. This is very clear. You can look at the UFC. The UFC's income, aside from pay-per-view now, they're predominant pay-per-view business. But in the early stages, it's you got to get spectators. You got to get spectators. You got to get sponsors. It's usually a combination of both. But yeah, I'd love to get the spectator side a lot bigger. I personally want a 300 and 400 and 500 person crowd. Mm-hmm. I don't know if we maybe need to print out tickets and hand them out downtown and pretend we're giving out free ticket, expensive tickets for free, or whether we got to co-promote with a roller derby in town that already has a big crowd or something. But yeah, I want to make this a full-time big show. And we've already got the schedule, man. We're arm wrestling 26 days from now. Who's not excited about that?
I'm definitely excited, for sure. A little sore, but excited.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all are telling me.
Yeah.
Hans done tore his shit apart, and now he's got to do a pull the champ.
So, Chance, let me ask, who did it happen on? Was it you and Brad, you and Carl? Where did you really feel the initial pop?
So I felt an initial little tear with David in Turkey, and I kind of thought, it's been 2 weeks. It was probably nothing. And then my very first match with Chuck, if you see, I tried cupping and pronating with Chuck, and I couldn't do it. And, nothing against Chuck. He's a great athlete, but typically I can just kind of control Chuck and go wherever I want. So I knew that something was up. And then with Brad, when he went, something else kind of ripped a little bit. And then with Carl is where it was a big rip.
I got you.
Unfortunately.
I think I repped the match with you and Chuck, and I could tell you kind of really didn't do your normal thing. I was like, I wonder if he's just trying to stay away from something. And I was kind of thinking in my head that maybe something was going on, but I thought maybe you just didn't want to go, full out with your match coming up with Bo and you're trying to take it easy. But I mean, now that, I know you're injured and everything, and the way you pulled, definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Chance hanging with Carl Stanley in a hook, left-handed.
It was so weird when I pulled Carl, because I don't even pull left hardly. Last time I pulled left was 2021 Florida State Championship. And do what?
Go ahead. Go. This was the biggest, strongest Carl I ever seen too.
Yeah. And I thought, all right, he's just gonna flash pin me. I just get up there, I grab him, I don't really jostle for a grip or anything, and he hits, and I just hold. Probably had a nice 10-15 second little match with him before he transitioned to the press and pushed me down. But it makes me want to train left. I mean, the combination of giving Carl a match and my right being injured, I may as well become a left-handed arm wrestler.
There you go. Florida's full of them. What's one more?
Hey,
right?
Shout out to Carl.
Carl looked serious, huh?
Cussed me out and told me he was going to beat me up.
Did he?
Because I didn't say he was a good arm wrestler on the show. And then went on to win the tournament. I mean, so I give him props, and he won the overall. He won the tournament and the overall.
He beat Daniel in overalls. Daniel bought back in, and he ended up beating Daniel in overalls. And we all went to dinner afterwards, and I even asked Daniel and Carl, like, are both y'all really trying? And they're both saying yes. I mean, as arm wrestlers, we all know, and I'm going through it now. You have your ups and downs. You get hurt, you get injured, life gets in the way. You take your time off. It's arm wrestling's a roller coaster. You're gonna have your highs and your lows, and I think he was at that little bit of a low there for a while with moving up here and things. Life kind of getting in the way. But I mean, he's working with Daniel and pulling with all of us now is. He's highly motivated. He wants to be, known as one of the best. So I think the only way really for him now is up, and I really do feel like he is going to get better as long as he sticks with it and nothing happens. But he's definitely me and him talk quite often, and he's definitely motivated. So he's trying to get out there and get his name out there more and pull bigger matches. So
shout out to Artem and Austin Wade. They both stopped John Theron. John Theron is a mega supporter, becoming one of my good friends.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's one of the most awesome. Dude, he helped me break down that guy's just cool. I told him, we gotta get him a flight back out.
Yeah, as soon as the match ended, he was in the stage sweeping it up and picking up trash.
I know.
Amazing. They're amazing people.
He I think he took second both hands, so he qualified. Artem went on to win right hand and actually crushed Wade right. I believe, right? And then Wade crushed Artem left, which is Artem's good arm. So I don't know if that makes a ranking shift or what happens. I would hope that Artem still maintains his number one spot, but
that's a whole can of worms I don't really want to get into on this show right now.
Well, how about
I got so many rankings to update.
Sure. How about we have a whole show about your rankings? Actually, you do it on your channel and let me join. And
I'll be honest with you. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. There's no way. I'm sure you get comments and messages out the ass. There's no way I can put up.
Chance, I need to tell you a way to monetize that ranking system that I was thinking of.
Yeah, I got to do something because it's like
it's very simple.
Number one, nobody reports their wins, and then they complain that adjustments aren't made. Number two, everyone complains. They say, "Oh, I should be ranked higher," this and that. They don't tell me why. They just say they should. Number three, the people that do report their wins, if they text me at 3 p.m. and I haven't changed it by 3:15, they're texting me again and again and again. And it's like, guys, I got a lot of stuff going on.
I'm going to give you your system, and I'm going to give it to everybody publicly right here. Okay.
All right, let's hear it.
Here's the system. If you would like to join the In the Hook ranking system, there's $5 to join. That's all it costs. If you would like maintenance on your records, it's $1 per month maintenance fee. If you win, you have 30 days to report your win, or it's no longer valid.
With a video.
See, the thing is I would get torn apart on. People already hate the rankings, but now if they have to pay to be ranked too,
then just don't put him on. It's okay. Yeah. As soon as he's not on there, what list does he have? Listen. They love that list. We have nothing in arm wrestling but that list. Don't be fooled.
Yeah.
Well, everything. Well, the thing about they can't expect you to see every match at every tournament.
They do though. They do.
They can't.
If you're putting in 10 hours of your time a week, you deserved $200 a week. Yeah. Nobody would argue with that. The fact is it's a public service, but it ain't a free fucking service. Neither are the police. They won't come and shoot your neighbor for free. That cost me $3. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's the same thing, dude. You're out here because what's going to happen is this. It's like all things that people don't support. They're going to go away because they're not sustainable. Without the monetization and it being profit, it's like if I ask you to do a favor for me, right? You're going to do a favor. What are you going to say? Hey, will you do me a favor? Yes. If I ask you every fucking week to do me that favor, what are you going to say? No. But if I pay you every single week and now you know money's coming every time I call you, what are you going to say? Yeah. Right. So you're not going to do it for free forever. And that's why everyone else wasn't involved. So if fucking Daniel Worley's too goddamn cheap to give you $1, then he can take his left-handed arm off that list and go drive that big ass truck somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm potentially looking on changing the format of the entire ranking system to make it a whole lot easier on me. Easier on me, easier on the pullers, and a lot easier to track as well. So,
all right, check this out, guys. There's a new ranking system coming out. It's called In the Top Roll Ranking Systems. If you'd like to join, it'll be professionally maintained. I have the guy, and for $5 and $1 per month, you can be ranked
in the top roll. It's terrible.
That's horrible.
I'm coming out with a rival ranking system right now. I'm working on it. Watch. I'm gonna rank everybody a little bit higher than you did. So it's like the arm fighter one. They're all gonna be sharing it. Like it's like Artem. He loved the arm fighter one until he became higher up in the hook. And he's like,
yeah, and then he loved that one. Yeah, exactly.
So if anyone would like to be ranked and you've beat a guy ever in your life, you message me and I'll put you on this list for a week.
And for $20 higher, you can bump up a spot too.
Yes, sir. You could actually bump up a spot for $20.
So I'm gonna throw you 100. I'll be number one at 176. I ain't never won a match.
Just Cash App, the real King of Orlando. Anybody interested? Cash App, the real King of Orlando. I accept it all, and I will have this up by tomorrow. Don't you fellas worry. And
Terrible.
My system will actually update the wins. When you tell me, I won't make you wait 3 hours. You ain't gonna have to message me 3 times and say, hey, did you update it? I will update it right away. That's what a paid service gets you.
I'm going to start messaging you at 3 a.m.
You want low budget?
Yo, I want my money back.
Starting with Trent Johns, number 1 at 176. Dustin Hyatt's at the bottom, right below
That's
me.
it.
I'm 19, he's 20. Because I can already beat him. Hold on, I got a question for you. If Dustin Hyatt and Cody Dollar were to arm wrestle tomorrow, who's gonna win?
Cody Dollar.
Oh my god, I'm done. So, but you told me it's like 90-10 with Dustin Hyatt.
At 176, with y'all both at 176, it's like that, I think.
It gets more, well, I guess you're right, because he's not losing more weight.
No, because he walks around like 175, 180. But if you're walking around 220 and cut to 176, I think you lose a lot.
You show me one guy ranked or that's even decent that's 6'2" that he's ever beat in his life. That kid is not big enough to beat me. My arm would look like the Eiffel Tower to him.
Isn't Dustin like 6 foot, 5'10", 6 foot? He's shorter than
He's
that.
about 5'9", 5. I see him. He's my little brother.
So
According to Brandon, I think
taller than me.
he's like 5'4", is what Brandon was telling me earlier.
I ain't say 5'4". His dad looked tall. He looked about 5'8", 5'9", to be honest.
I'll say, because I'm 5'10", 176, and he looks way bigger than me.
You ain't 5'10". You ain't 5'10" with cowboy boots on.
And his heels, he's 5'10".
I'm 6 foot with cowboy boots.
Is Ashley out of the bath?
He's 5'10", I'm bigger than him.
Yeah, you can't measure from down there. And how tall are you?
I think Ashley's 5'4".
I seen pictures of y'all same height.
You lost your damn mind.
Same height. You look like Danny DeVito from Twins standing next to me.
Kick your ass.
Dude, you do.
I see you.
You look like Jeff Foxworthy mini me.
I'm rocking your shit on sight for saying that.
He probably gonna shoot me. Don't you have a gun on you at all times?
No, I don't carry a gun around. Y'all ain't scared enough.
I thought I seen one time and Trent had a gun on him.
I've never carried a gun to a tournament. I ain't
You
scared
had
of
it in your
y'all.
car or something. I was like, God, maybe it was Jit. I was like hanging out with him.
He's always got guns on him.
He like showed me his pistol. I'm like, bro.
I always have guns in my truck. No, I always have guns in my truck, but I never carry them into a tournament. No.
Too many of you rednecks coming. I'll put a metal detector at the front of the tournament. Straight up. And I'll be keeping the guns we confiscate.
You ain't gonna want me carrying no guns.
You damn right I don't. Not around my
I can handle you without a gun. I ain't worried about that.
We can't ride in the same car. Yeah, it was a great event, man. We'll wrap it up. We ain't gonna make it too crazy. Over the top rankings coming out soon. It just underwent a name change. Chance, any final words?
No, just again, thank you everyone for supporting the FAL events. If you're interested in helping out in the events, whether that be through sponsorship, if you think that you can make a cool trophy, if you think you offer a service we might be interested in paying for, whatever it is, if you think that you can assist us in any way or we can assist you, please reach out to me directly or Brandon directly or the FAL Instagram or Facebook. Both of those are on the link in the description. Yeah, and just again, thank you everyone for supporting the events. If no one is showing up to our events, we don't make these things happen. So realistically, these are possible because of you guys. So we really appreciate that. 26 days, which is March 4th. We're going to have an event at City Limits in DeLand. That's going to be during Bike Week. That's going to be an awesome event. You're not going to want to miss that one. For any details, you can check the Facebook or Instagram.
Yes, we will put out a couple other things going to come out. Just want to say a couple event things about that event right now, so you can start telling people. Chance Shaw does not do weight allowances. Okay? No. Some guy put me in
none. He didn't really get my underwear.
He's overweight, and it's all because of Chance.
He tried to sabotage me right off the rip.
Yeah, so the weight, guys, make sure you know your weight's on point. We have 2 scales. We compare. We usually give you the lighter one, right? But there is no weight allowance. And the land event, 26 days away. It's gonna be absolutely awesome. The points, we're gonna be putting out something, keeping track of the points. Some sort of graphic with who has what in between each event, and we'll kind of update it in between. Look out for a website we got coming out.
Just one more thing. When it comes to weight allowance and there being 0, just understand if you want to weigh in, if you want to compete at 176, that means you're weighing 176.0, not 176.9, not 176.1. 176.0 is the maximum weight for that class. Same with 198, 220, 242, 154. So don't show up weighing 154.2. I'm going to make you go jog around the building until you lose the 0.2 or pull up a class. So just everyone should be on the same page by now. Nobody really had a problem at this event making weight. A lot of the guys hit the sauna the night before, came into the early weigh-ins, which is really it's we don't have to do early weigh-ins. It's kind of to give everyone.
Let's talk about that real quick. Right? We had 40 people at the early weigh-ins. I've never had more than 10, dude. We had 40 people at the early weigh-ins.
Yeah.
Entries, 40 different people at the early weigh-ins. So, it was absolutely out of control. This next event, you're going to have plenty of parking. And another thing that's going to happen here is there's going to be VIP seating available. This particular place offers the most incredible spot for VIP seating. So we're going to put out some tables with a bunch of chairs. They're extremely affordable. All the sponsors already come with it. Our tiered sponsorship comes with either 4 tables or 4 chairs and a table or 2 and a table. So for example, Mikey and Sarah and Eclipse and all this, they all have a table at every event, but we're going to have a couple for sale where you can get up front. Make sure you book them in advance. Parking will not be limited. You can park there anytime. They could probably accommodate a NASCAR race there. There's so much parking, and look forward to it. Make sure we support these events. Make sure you share everything. Every time you share this, 10 of your buddies see it. They might get it more interested. They think you're a little more badass, and it helps us pay you more at the end of the year. So it doesn't seem like that's bringing you more money, but that next share that you get could essentially, add quite a few $1,000s to the end of the year. It could get you on the front of the, never know. So as we grow, you go. It's for the arm wrestlers, by the arm wrestlers. This league is so cool because we do what arm wrestlers like. We don't care what these old promoters like. We don't care what the minority that has some weird opinion and whatever in the crowd has to say. We go with, we care what the majority arm wrestlers want to do. The majority of arm wrestlers wanted a split event, and we did it. the majority of arm wrestlers don't want to drive 6 hours to early weigh-in, so we did that too. And so, keep coming with the ideas, suggestions. Like Chance said, if you got something that can help us, you want to be a part of it, you want to be a referee, you want to hand out flyers, you want to, throw dudes out that cause problems, you just let us know. I know 2 in mind that you can kick out the next event. That being said, please subscribe to this channel. We want to get to 1,000 so we can start doing some pay-per-view, and we're only at 273. So if you could share this, guys, share the channel, kind of encourage your boys to like and subscribe to it. We got a lot of cool stuff happening. So other than that, appreciate it. And we'll see y'all in 26 days. We'll be hopping on here. We're pretty much going to do a Monday and Thursday show. I think that's kind of becoming our theme. So I would expect us on here kind of Monday and Thursdays at 9 o'clock. So
Good to me.
Yeah, thanks for the support. Everybody that came out made it happen. It's going to get bigger and bigger each time. Thank you.
Thanks,
Peace
guys.
out, y'all.
See y'all later.